Okay, this is the recruit from TryHackMe, and this is a web-based room, and let's do this. So Recruit has just launched this new recruitment portal, allowing HR staffs to manage candidate applications and administrators to oversee hiring decisions. Why I am reading this is important if you are performing a penetration test. This is something, if you are doing some CTF scenarios, this is something, the descriptions is something that as an ethical hacker you should definitely need to read for better understanding of what you're going to do. Like, this is basically a recruitment portal developed and which will allow the HR staff to manage the candidates' applications and administrators to oversee the hiring decisions. While the platform appears functional, management suspects that security may have been overlooked during development. Your task is to assess the application like a real attacker, mapping its structure, abusing exposed functionality, and exploiting vulnerabilities. So, can you gain an initial foothold, escalate your access, and ultimately log in as the administrator? So, that's what our aim is. First, we have to gain an initial foothold, then, we have to escalate our access to become an administrator. So, the first answer that we have to provide here is to find the flag value after login as a normal user. First, we have to log in as a normal user. Right. So we have the IP address here. I just connected it using the OpenVPN. Okay, we have this recruit login page available. So I don't know what the vulnerability existed here. Maybe let's try with some SQLi using some manual techniques like 1 equal to 1 hyphen hyphen. So let's check that out. But it's invalid credentials, none of the errors that comes up right now. So other than that, we also have the access API section. By clicking that, I'm able to see some of those things like the what is the recruiter API used for. Like this recruit API is used to internally to fetch and process candidate CV from external sources during the recruitment process, and you can fetch a candidate CV using the following endpoint. So this is, as an attacker or a pentester, this is something so useful. So other than that, the API supports fetching CVs from external URLs such as HTTP and HTTPS is what's supported, and request targeting restricted locations may be blocked by the API. So this is an API where we have a endpoint to fetch information from, and this recruit API is internally to fetch and process candidate CV from external sources. External sources can fetch those things internal, right? So that's cool, right? During the recruitment process. So we have this one here, right? We can fetch like etc passwd. So it's only local files are allowed. There may be some restrictions embedded on it. So this may be the possibilities of SSRF. So let's search for that, like SSRF, like we have from the invicti.com. This is some of the SSRF payloads. We have a lot of SSRF payloads, like you can just request an URL or the local host. So some other files are there, but in this case we have the this one. So this is what I'm trying to do. Like I'm just copying this and trying to access using that method. I have to specify CV equals, that's it. In that case, you can see it's about access denied. So this is something to keep in mind. This is denied access. That pretty much means that this seems to be working, but you are not allowed to access this particular file. So that's a catch, right? So other than that, we can just do, as a pen tester, we usually inspect the page source, right? So we get something, this is working, right? So now what I'm going to do is just inspecting the page source. So in the page source we have some assets, right? So here let me put that out, and we have the assets directory. By moving to the assets directory, these are some of the assets there. I could not find anything suspicious in the assets. Okay, other than that, we can do some directory enumerations using tools like the Gobuster, dir for the directory, and the -u for the URL, -w for the word list, which will be user share word list common.txt, which is what we usually use first time. So here it started running. So let it run. In the meantime, let's explore some of those things, because that this SSRF does work, right? That's cool, something to note. And we were not able to access that particular file, right? So maybe we have to access a file in the in this websites directory. Before that, let me check it using the Vapalizer. In this Vapalizer, I was able to identify this is running on Apache web server, right? So if it is running on Apache web server, then what pretty much means that you can do things like you can just for example, like let me put this into this one, like you can just go and fetch a file from the var www html, so where all of your files are stored. Maybe this contain a flag or something like that, but this is not about it. So we have to find a file from there, right? So that's our aim, right? So we don't know a file in that particular directory, right? Our first aim is to log in as a normal user, as we don't have any credentials. What we can do, so from here in this directory enumeration, we have the assets, the JavaScript, mail, PHP, myadmin. So this mail is something that seems suspicious here. Let's try to access the mail. Let me stop this and let's try to access the mail. And guys, we have the mail.log, a file was found. So this is an email like subject recruitment portal deployment confirmation. Just a quick update to confirm the new recruitment portal, and the login page is accessible. Candidate dashboard loads correctly. API documentation page is live. HR login credentials. We have the username. The username in this case is the HR and currently stored in the application configuration file. So the configuration file is called the config.php for ease of access during the initial rollout phase. So this is ease of access. The config.php is what ease of access, and the administrator credentials are not stored in the application files and are securely maintained within the backend database. For getting the administration credentials, which pretty much means to answer the second question in this case, which will be in the backend database. So database, it may be SQLi, right? So anyways, we have the username called HR, and we have a file called the config.php, which may be available in this directory, right? Let me try that out. Here it may be in the var www html config.php. Boom, guys, it worked. It's so cool, right? So we were able to find that. Now we have the HR password, so that's cool. So now we can just move to the login page of HR. So let me move to the login page. Here it is. So we have the username, password. That's cool. That's amazing. So we have the HR flag. Now our aim is to find the value of the flag after login as admin. So once we are here, we can just inspect this page and check in the storage for checking for the cookies. Nothing seems suspicious in this case. Other than that, we also have a search point where we can try, like we can just search for Alice. We have the information about Alice, right? So let's see if there is any SQLi vulnerabilities that pulls the error. Like SQL error is here. When I put a single code, I was able to see there is an SQL error here. So maybe something is in their databases. So what I'm going to do right now is to open the Burp suite tool to capture the request. So I'm just starting the Foxy proxy also. So the Burp suite is here, starting that out. Okay, in the proxy, I'm turning on the interception, and what I'm going to do is to turn on the proxy and entering something and capturing the request using the Burp suite. Now I'm just right clicking and saving this to a file called sql.txt in my home directory. I already have sql.txt in my home directory. I'm just overwriting that. That's saved. Now I'm just closing this Burp suite and turning off the interception. I'm just refreshing that. Now I'm here. So now when I enter ls, I was able to see the sql.txt. Now I'm just using the SQL map tool, like SQL map -r for the URL, the file that we captured, the request. That is what we specify by using the -r, and --dbs for database, --batch for getting all we want in a speed manner. So it will automatically select y or no, right? So yeah, it selected y. It selected y or n automatically. You don't have to press y or n. So by using this --batch, it will automatically select what actually they want. So yeah, the MySQL inline queries, it's working here. Let's see if we can get anything. from here. The get parameter might be injectable, right? So possible database management system is MySQL is in the get parameter search, right? That's cool. So here it is, guys. We have 6 databases available in this case. The information schema, MySQL, performance schema, PHP Recruit, DB, sys. So as an ethical hacker, what you see, or as a pen tester, so which database is useful for us right now? Think about it. Think in your mind. I will give you 5 seconds. I hope you think about it. So the database that we want as of now is the Recruit DB. So I'm just going to use this Recruit DB because this is something that we want because we are interacting with this Recruit page, right? So yeah, let me pull the tables on the databases using the minus minus tables. And we have 2 tables. One of them is candidates. Next one is users. So what we want? Candidates is about the appliers, right? So someone is applying for job, they are candidates, right? So the users, what do you think is what we want? Yes, I hope you think right. So it will be the users. So I'm just dumping all the user table using this command. So you have to check the command that I'm entering here. That's it, right? Okay, now let's enter. So here it is, guys. We have the ID, the password, the username of the admin, and here it is. So let's log it out and let's enter the username and let's enter the password. That's it, guys. I hope this video is informative for you.